Hello, Bob here. Welcome to this week's Portugal Dreams. The builders have finally left after coming back just to do the snagging work, little bits of finishing off. So if you'd like to follow on and see what we've been up to this week.
So we did say quite a while ago that we were going to make some painted stones as a thank you to put near the trees and things that were bought for us. I have finally finished the first couple, so I'm just going to take them down to the nut trees that were bought by Carol for us, and I'll just pop them down. So I am not the finest artist by any means, but hopefully that should be alright. So I'll just go down and take the other one now, and then we're done. I don't know if anyone else has shown this, but during one of the more recent storms we have lost an apple tree. You can see it's completely rotted. It was the one that was hollow, and it's just now given up. So we'll have to get that moved at some point and probably get another one planted. I don't know whether we'll plant apple again or whether we'll plant something different, as we do seem to still have some pretty good apple trees producing. And that's our second stone. So that one's for the hazelnut, and the one you saw me place it in down by earlier is the walnut tree. So that's both of them sorted. And I will have to come down soon and harvest a bit more fruit, as the pear tree is more than ready, and the olive up top could do with a little bit of trimming by the sounds of it. So it's definitely still a bit of work to be doing with the trees. So just while we're down here, me and Dad are going to try and get an apple each from one of the trees.
Yeah, look nice and red. We have a few down low. A couple down low, but they've got little nibbles out of.
No, that's not a very good one.
No, but we might chop up and go for an apple pie or something.
I'll come down properly and collect
a few
later.
I won't pick any more like that. Well,
that's a beauty.
That looks a good one.
That's a dad-sized one.
That's one for my daughter.
That's a bit big for me.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'll eat it later. See what else we've got. I won't pick them if they're a bit spotty, because then we'll have them for apple pies later. Oh, I have picked that one. It's got a big hole in it.
You're taller than me, you should be able to get some of the decent ones.
Yeah, but they're still a bit taller than I am, to be fair. I must say it's really nice to come down and be able to pick one of your own, if you can reach them. There's 2-3 nice ones up there by the look of it.
I'll have to get a ladder, won't I? I'll have to come down with a ladder.
But I don't want to pull too hard on the tree, because as you've probably seen earlier, there's one that's already fallen down. Yeah, that's a shame. No, I just can't reach them. They're out of my reach. So you can probably see it's a bit brighter day today. We've had a few days of downpour and thunder and lightning, and yeah, really bad weather. But in between all that, I got them tiles moved, as you probably saw in the last video. But what I had forgotten was how good all the nice stone was underneath it. I'll just show you some of that. So there's some big pieces of this nice sort of slaty grey stone. It's doesn't look as good because it's obviously been piled up with the rest of the tiles and what have you, but as you can see round and about there's some nice pieces. And I just did try and get one up but I didn't realise how thick they were. I thought I'd keep these, but yeah, it's going to be too hard, I think. I'll see if there's anything a bit smaller bits, because I'd like to save them if I can. So the first bit I've had to go to move is 4 inches thick, 2 inches at the other end, about 2 foot long. It is a bit of a misshape, but yeah, I'd like to sort of pull them out, and then when we fill this in, keep them for maybe the path coming from the caravan and the car down the side. Yeah, I'm a bit iffy because I think they're going to be too hard, too heavy. So Debbie has already told me off once about trying to move this lot, but yeah, I like the stuff, so. Don't like that bit though, that can stay. I want the granite posts out the corner as well. I don't know whether you can see that from there. I'll show you those in a moment. I think I need my digging spade. So I've just got another one. I thought I might lift it. I didn't realise how big it was. It goes all the way to the goes right here, and it is about that thick. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to move that. I ain't stupid. I ain't going to try anything, you know, what's unmanageable. What we'll do is see when the digger comes whether he can pull it out for me. I just didn't want them damaging, and I still have to, even when he's got them out, I've got to move them somewhere. Yeah, I'm thinking it's a bit of a bad idea. Anyway, we'll see if we want any of the others that are a bit smaller. That one feels bigger actually. I think it's because it's tucked up against another one. Right, stand that one up. Getting into me barrow may be a different proposition. I know what Debbie will say. Bloody idiot. So I know you probably didn't see me get that other stone out because the battery went flat. But while I'm here, I thought I'd just show you a couple of bits that I do want out, which is that pot and that little water trough. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to manage them on my own. I'm going to ask the man with the digger when he comes to see if he can lift them out, hopefully without breaking. But it's one of them, if they break, then yeah. If they break, I'd probably wished I'd left them in place and levelled round them. Yeah, I might talk to Debbie about that one actually, because that might be a better idea. Although we'll lose sort of a good half of the side of it, so it won't be as, you know, look as high. We'll see. So what I'm doing is trying to scrape around the edges to find where these more of these stones, and then get under them. The tiles are a bit in the way and I might have to start moving them as well in a minute. This one I think I can get, so I think that one's a no-win. It's tucked under those stones. I thought it was only a small one. Yeah, might just have another quick go at lifting it. Not going to go too mad. Yeah, it's bigger than I thought, and it tucks right in, which is a shame. It's quite thick at the back. And it's, be sensible, you know, don't go too mad. If I can be sensible. I was looking for is me and Ellie Rose put some small ones down, so if we lifted them down, I should be able to lift them back up. Whew. So I might call this my last one actually, because I thought we'd put small ones down, but these are just as big as the other ones. And I think 4 or 5 of these a day is plenty enough. Don't even know whether I can lift this one. Get a lot of the mud off the top, it might help. Barrow a bit closer, although I'm a bit iffy about putting them on the edge of the barrow because then it tips forward. But I think that we might call this the last one today if I can move it. Bloody yeah, I didn't realise it was quite that thick. Yeah, that didn't seem manageable. So in between moving the stones and things like that, the girls are out today, so my next job is just daily chores, what you have to do, and at the moment it's going to hang the washing out. So gives me a good breather from trying to move that stone, and it's my work clothes, so I need some more. So that's one little job done. Let's hope the weather stays good. So there is one or two more flags down here. I'm just going to see how big they are, but I ain't going to go mad. As I say, if they're big I'll leave them for digger. And there's a couple just this side of the what used to be the pig pens too. So let's see if we can get them. That's what I want. This one looks like a big one, so I don't think I'll be going anywhere with it. Can't even get under it. Yes, I can. I think it's big, but I don't think it's very thick. Certainly not at this end. Yeah, it's not very thick, but it's quite big. I'm saying it's not very thick. It's not very thick here. Yeah, it gets quite thick around that side. It's about the size of the others I've been moving. I just don't think it's a good idea to keep going for these. But you know I'm going to. It actually stops here. Ooh, big runny thing. Yeah. So again, it's about 4 or 5 inches deep at the back end. Yeah. So the bit I thought was thin, it only goes thin for about 6 inches, and then the rest of another foot of it's about 5 inches thick. I think that'll be a... Don't try this at home. You know I'm going to give it a go, because I'm an idiot. It's getting a bit like Nick off Project Portugal. He does. He lists some stuff which, yeah. When I'm watching him I think, don't do that, and then I go and do the same thing myself. Hey dear. I think he's a bit younger than I am though. Still, you know I'm going to go for it. I may as well go for it. These are one only goes. If you don't go, it stays. That was too much. Once I got it up there I weren't putting it down without it being in the barrel, but that was too much. But I'll say that about the next one was too much. Like I say, when it's too much, but it doesn't put a smile on your face when you do it. So yeah, us fellas are idiots sometimes. It's the way it is. So I thought I'd give you a ride to see where I'm going. quite a way and it's quite steep uphill. Well, it's not that far, but it is when you've got a barrow full of stone. Don't know whether you can see that, but that's past the ants' nest. All that brown down there. It's quite a big one, and it's a lot of activity going on today. I'll show you that in a second. So yeah, I have to admit that one was heavy. I even had difficulty lifting the barrow, tipping the barrow on it. So smaller ones in future. So this is all our ants' nest. You can see it's a hive of activity, but funny thing is we don't seem to have any big trails of ants. Before from this we've had a big line running sometimes up the land, sometimes down the land, and yeah, they're obviously going out foraging, but at the moment they don't seem to have any sort of direction what they're heading as a mass. It could be because there's a few flying ants in there as well. Maybe they're getting ready to move. It's maybe something to do with that. I don't know a lot about ants apart from they bite, so I'm going to move now. So I haven't got as many of these stones moved as what I was hoping to do. There's only about 7 there. But yeah, they're hard work moving, so I think, you know, we'll call it quits at that. I'll have my lunch and then see where we go from there. Sophie and Dottie have just come out for a wander about. Dottie will soon come back in because I'm going to go and feed myself, so she always likes to try and pinch me biscuits and things, and like an idiot I always let her. So they're just having a wander back down from the walk. Now, they haven't been very far, just onto the track. Dottie always picks the hard way up. Alfie's got a bit more sense. So I've given up moving them big blocks of slate. They were getting a bit heavy with some of them, so I've given up on that for the day. So I thought I'd come and clear some of these weeds out down by the raised beds. These 3 we still aren't using at the moment, so I'm chucking the weeds into the middle one, just letting it mulch down a bit. I've seen people using it for mulching around the plants, so I presume it'll be okay in there, and if not, I'll have to scrape it all off. But what I'm going to do is just carry on along the front, just get rid of these weeds. Maybe, because I've had enough. I'm tired. I'm just going to do a patch more, and then I've had enough. So the reason for clearing this is obviously when the builders come back and level this, I don't want all this pulling underneath the stone what's going to be there, so I'm clearing out as much as possible. I'm doing it by hand and just pulling as far as I can and getting most of the roots. Then I might have to just dig the last few bits out just to clear it out and make sure there's no weeds there after I've finished. So some of these are quite big, but if you pull them just steady, it tends to pull most of the root out with it, which is quite good. While I'm pulling it out, I do keep finding bits of metalwork what the builders have left. So yeah, pulling that out as well. I think with having a lot of rain just lately, it's made all the ground soft as well, which has made them easier to pull out. I say it's sort of not pulling them too fast, otherwise it just breaks them. Some of the smaller ones just break anyway.
Normally Dottie sits on the settee, so Alfie's got up, so Dottie's decided she's going to sit on Alfie because he's in the way.
So as you've seen, I'm moving this wood this morning. What I'm also doing is separating out the 4.5 metre lengths which fit straight into the barn from the 6.5 metres which won't fit in. I'm just deciding whether I'm going to cut these down and put them in the barn or whether I'm going to restack them here. They get a bit damp out here. I know they're sheeted up, but I think they're better in the barn really. I don't think I'll use 6.5 metre lengths, so I think I'm probably going to cut them down. So it's been a bit of a busy day again today. Somebody's been for the new roof tile pack what we had left. We had a full pallet full. So I've helped them move them. I've also moved all the wood what was at the side of the wall apart from 3 pieces, and I'll show you them and I'll tell you why. But I've moved all this, all the rest of the wood into the barn with the plasterboard. You can probably see the plasterboard behind me. I'll just turn you around and show you the pile of wood. So yeah, that's the wood we've moved. Some of it was already cut to like 4.6 metre lengths, well 4.5 metre lengths, which I've already put in here. Some of them I've cut down, taking into account the sizes I may use for when I do the kitchen cabinets and things like that. So I've taken 1.5 metres off some of them, which was left 4.5 metre and 1.5 metre lengths, which on my calculations for my kitchen should work out quite nicely. Still have quite a lot of wood here to clear up and put in the barn. The long pieces I want to save at this length what they are now, until I've decided which pieces I'm going to use, because I need 2 pieces for a job I'm going to do. The little pieces all want stacking in the barn. We've got to get them moved because when the fellow with the digger comes, he's going to pull all this lot out and use some of it to level the ground in front of the patio. Again, these 2 front ones are probably going to be part of my choice for the job that I have in mind. I want the best sort of looking ones, so I've got 5 to choose from. When I've decided what I'm going to use them for, I'll probably cut these into 4.5 metre and 1.5 metre lengths as well, or maybe 3 and 3. I don't know yet. We'll decide on that as we're doing it. And obviously, the big one in the white plastic is a good beam for doing a lot of jobs. It's quite thick. I don't want to cut that until I know exactly what I'm going to use it for. I do have a couple of ideas, one being a mezzanine in the barn for my storage, and that'll cut into 2 pieces to make a decent sized post either end. But I don't want to cut it yet until we know exactly what we're doing with it. She knows where the food is.
We call Mabel the wild child because she's crazy.
Well,
just calm down, Mabel. You'll be off in a minute.
So them arms are a pain. I mean, sticking your head back. Right.
In you go.
Annie's
supper.
Well, watch them arms, Mabel.
I want to take the camera.
Do you want to take the
Come on then.
The monster.
Wild child. I started off hand feeding Mabel because Annie wouldn't let her in the bowl, but now she's got her own bowl. She's quite an independent little thing. But I like to feel a lovely warm muzzle. She's lovely. You stood on the bench at the back. It's easier for you to reach, is it? You're supposed to pull it through the bars.
So that's all for this week. Thanks to all our new subscribers for joining us. So thanks everybody for watching, and please join us on the next one. Bye!